pretend to do things. I have no interest in
I
music. You
totally heard you
fucking know
fart on
that.
this
Oh, I
podcast.
mean, hey, welcome to the Glacially Musical Podcast. It is beer, metal, and swearing. I am joined by my good friend, a man whose fate was foretold in our meeting, Keefy Kismet, and the raging Cajun himself, Don De La Doobies. How we doing today, buddies?
Top of the morning, evening to
And
you.
here's how we do this, of course, in the Glacier Musical Podcast. We have a greeting, a beer check, vinyl check, shirt check, news of the day, meat of the episode. Meat of the episode today is possibly the last Heart episode in the series. We are not sure. Beer of the day is Founders Mortal Bloom Double IPA. Finger fudge pour. What you got, Don?
I have got stomach issues, so I am chilling with a Sprite right now. That doesn't even have any Jack in it. Look at that. It's like a
You
clear
guys are just going to
Sprite.
make me feel like an utter degenerate, and I appreciate that, so thank
You
you.
are, but we love you. You have the
I
cutest
have
scowl, by the way.
Yes, I of course have welcome back. I have a liquid death, and I got a bunch of liquid deaths of the old formula. So as long as I can find these, I'm going to keep getting them. This is not one of my favorite flavors. This is the cherry obituary with the pop. I've had a long week. I wish it was a beer. Cheers,
I've
fellas.
got a cheers, guys.
Hey,
I've got a
cheers,
beer
everybody.
fridge, and Keith's got a liquid death fridge.
I kind of do. I should show you my pantry closet, and my fridge has
Whoa,
a
whoa, whoa,
right now.
whoa! That sounds
Pantry. Fudger.
pants tree.
I have a mini fridge out here that's got some beers in it. It's got a thing of double stuffed Oreos in it and
Nice.
2 bottles of Gatorade.
If you're gonna double stuff Oreos, what you need to get is the white chocolate fudge dipped double stuff Oreos. One of those, one of those is basically enough sugar to make me ill.
Are
And
you normally a sugar person though?
no, I am hypoglycemic.
Okay, that makes sense.
Very mildly hypoglycemic to the point where I can manage with diet. I don't even check my sugar or anything. But I actually gave up sweets about 2 years ago. So I have like
Still, wow.
one
Impressive.
soda a week, 1 or 2 sodas a week tops. And I don't remember the last time I had chocolate. So we're going to start off with what I believe to be Keefy's favorite band. And Keefy's favorite band is so good at puns. So the album is
Wish you were here.
You Can
No
Tune
offense.
a Piano, but You Can't Tune a Fish by
Oh
REO
my-
Speedwagon.
Oh.
That is hurtful. That's really hurtful. But okay.
Is this not your favorite band?
I
We
My
got a
head is
whole-
about to explode like scanners. Are you
we got
serious?
we got a whole back thing with these very, very pretty gentlemen.
Did we really need that much?
Joey Belladonna in there? I don't
And then, typical black record. Joey Belladonna had a secret life in REO Speedwagon.
Maybe. I mean, he's done Journey covers.
Yeah.
He
Has
would
he
be an
really?
actually. If Arnell quit, I could see Joey joining Journey.
Joey would be fucking great
Wait.
at it, especially if they tuned down like a half step.
Are we
Still
not
hit those
talking
notes.
about the guy from Anthrax?
We are talking
Yeah.
about Joey Belladonna, the current and historic classic lead singer of Anthrax, has
Okay.
a covers band that he does Journey covers.
Okay.
And they're
Would you like
fucking great.
Would you like to see the record that I have that actually is from your favorite band?
Oh, sure. Is it a Pink Floyd record?
It is a Pink Floyd record.
Okay. then.
Oh.
I finally replaced my 2016 pressing of Animals. Anybody have an idea what kind of pressing this is?
Go ahead, Don.
Croatian.
You motherfucker.
$1.
You can tell what kind of pressing it is based on the inner sleeve.
Japanese pressing.
Japanese pressing. I have a Japanese pressing of Animals. I believe it is not an original. I believe it's a second press. But we have, the lyrics, all that business. It does not have the OB, which I don't really care too much about the OBs. And then on top of that, this has a super thick gatefold.
Oh.
Nice. I mean, it's a Japanese pressing, and Japanese pressings are just the gold standard of records. That is now and forever. Sorry, America. Do better. And that's my vinyl check.
So I have nothing new, but I have what my obsession of the week has been, and it has been Robert Plant's Now in Zen, which we were going to talk about, but poor Keefy had some issues though. But this album is super great. I love it. Nick will appreciate this. This is my copy that I bought when it came out, and it's got the beautiful lyric sleeve here, a very pensive Robert Plant. And it's also got Ship of Fools.
Damn, I think he was going for thoughtful.
Actually, if you look at it, it looks like he's coming.
Robert Plant always looks like he's coming.
Isn't he? I mean, wouldn't you come all the time if you were Robert Plant? Jesus.
I would probably have a permanent UTI.
I mean, you might.
It's either Robert Plant or Sting. They're always coming. Always.
I think Sting doesn't come. I think Trudy is the one who's coming all the time, and Sting doesn't come at all, actually.
No, he just.
So he got ruined by Dune.
The tantric orgasms.
He just got ruined by Dune. After Dune, he just couldn't. There's just so far he can go, because he got killed in Dune, or because he did the spice in Dune. I mean, you said Dune.
No, you did.
I heard Dune.
I didn't say Dune. You did.
I heard Dune in my ears.
Don said it. I didn't say it.
I didn't say it. I've never said Dune.
I think Sting is probably in there like for 15 hours. Like, if I ever nut my spooge in you.
You know, that reminds me. So like there's a men's commercial, right? Where like Men's Health, and they're like, here's a well-known specialist, Dr. Simovitz. Hi. Are you having trouble in the bedroom? Come to our
butthead.
No, it's like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh,
You're just jealous because I can get it up and nut all day. But if you come to my office, I'll make you nut all day too.
My
Men are lasting 60, 30, or 2 hours long.
Come to
I'm
my
like
office.
2 hours.
Come on my office.
And I'm like 2 hours. That poor woman.
You're poor schlong.
Well, yeah, I mean, but more the woman than your schlong. I mean,
Chafing is a bitch after.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, what do you got, Keefy?
Make sure your woman stays hydrated. You're gonna have a chapped up penis. Anyway, so what do I have? I have some awesome 7 inches, not a penis pun, but while we're at it,
If only you did.
some 2024 releases. So let's take a quick gander. This first one is a band name that is now defunct, and this is I Am, the supergroup of Typo Negatives, Kenny Hickey, Johnny Kelly, Kirk Weinstein of Down, and Crowbar, and Todd Strange, formerly of Down, and I Hate God. This is the single, their debut single, Dreams Always Die with the Sun, on a flexi disc. Whoa.
I think that might be the first time that phrase has been
Uttered on this. We've talked about flexi discs. Here's a clear one. A little smudged. I don't know why, but here it is. And it came with also the CD single. This was sent to me by the record label head, who I bumped into in Vegas not too long ago, earlier this year. Andrew Spalding of Corpse Paint Records. I Am's debut release. They put out a few other singles. I believe their debut release is coming. It's now, their new name is Sun Don't Shine. Okay. Not mad at it. Also, sorry, what? What just happened?
You dropped out and back in.
Okay, that's weird.
And it stopped and re-recorded. So make sure you're recording on your side.
Yeah, it says it's recording. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Okay.
That was a weird one. I've never seen that.
Yeah, my bad. So this is Adult and Planet B on 31G Records, and this is Glass in the Trash and Release Me, a double 7-inch single. Let's take it out of already in the mylar. All these are in mylars. Some of my 7 inches I don't have mylars for, but it's kind of like
I have very little.
I know you do. I saw. I know you do, but what am I?
Of my very little 7 inches.
You're very little.
I have very little mylar surrounding them.
You know,
So there's
5 inches is the new national average.
May I continue?
Oh, sorry, yes, sir.
So we've got a photo from the studio of a bunch of smashed up keyboards and sequencers from the 80s. Lyrics on the back for the insert, and the nifty, I believe this is a translucent creamsicle. Oh, safety orange.
Oh, it's obituary.
It's obituary orange. It's more orange in person than on this clip in video, and it does have an inside paper mylar, which I don't love. But eventually I will have to invest in mylars. By the way, you should invest in clicking in our link to invest in mylar. And then finally, here's another one. I think this was some black metal band I picked up. Is this FTF, past, present, no future? There's a patch. There's a 7-inch. It's it's in a mylar in a 7-inch. Cool.
Now, who is this, Keefy?
FTF. I have no idea who this is, but I don't know what that stands for. I forgot already. But I bought this. They were opening for some band I saw, and so I bought this. I wanted to support the opener. There's a patch I didn't necessarily need. I think it was like $10 for the patch and the 7-inch. And this 7-inch is on a black, but already in the mylar. So side A is the song Non-Existent.
Is it 45 or 33? Is it a 4-song or a 2-song?
It's a 2-song, so I don't know. This was put out by M Theory Recordings, but I'm not 100% sure of what speed this is on. It doesn't quite say. There's nothing.
If it's doom metal, it doesn't matter.
No, it's like death thrash, like death metal with thrash riffs with death metal.
I was listening to, I think it was a couple weeks ago.
You do love that band.
And I'm like, wow, this is taking a while to get through this side. And I went to flip it. Oh.
Was it on 78?
No, it was on 33. Should have been on 45. It's 78. It probably sounds like a pop song.
Yeah. I haven't played this one. I have played the Safety Orange Adult. Adult is a band I love. If you like fans of Boy Harsher and again Kanga, who I checked previous check person. So here we go. Thanks for indulging my 3-4 today. But we are into 2024, almost to 25 releases and shipments.
Well, so I got to ask real quick, what is everybody's like 7-inch collection like? Do you guys have a good number of them, or do you
I might have 20, and most of the ones I have were sent to me by record labels. Warg Records once sent me a really nice bundle of 7-inches.
Oh,
it's got about 10. Instead from Germany, I was on vacation, came back to my desk in my office, and there's a little stack of records. Like, oh, sweet. Super Secret Records sent me a bunch of like some punk stuff. There's one band called Skeleton that it's a 7-inch, and it's one of the most amazing 7-inches I've ever heard, because it is like it's like listening to Dark Side of the Moon, except instead of going from birth to death, they go from hardcore punk to black metal.
Yeah, that band is incredible. It was kind of like a one-man band that he put a band around him, and they relocated from Brooklyn to Austin.
Yeah,
I am intrigued. Who is this again?
Skeleton. There's a bunch of bands with this name, but it's Skeleton with T-E-N at the end instead of T-O-N.
No, this is Skeleton, T-O-N.
Oh, okay.
It's in my collection.
I interviewed the guy, so I know. Like,
I wish I would have. I didn't even. I did a vinyl review.
I think he's been like quiet ever since, which bums me out because I would.
I found it. Is it
Super Secret Records?
Skeleton Pyramid of the Skull.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. All right.
Might have reviewed it too.
Records. I did a vinyl review of it. It's a 4-song EP, but it's only like 6 minutes.
That's awesome, though. Yeah, I love that.
Also, since you brought up the flexi disc, what sounds worse than a flexi disc? What's the only way you can make a record sound worse than a flexi?
8-track?
Record.
Oh.
Lathe cut.
I hate guessing games.
What is
lathe cut?
What does that mean?
Basically, you connect a stereo into a scraper, and it just scrapes out a record. It's like making the master.
It's like how to reverse engineer a record badly.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
Terrible. I can't.
It's a terrible idea, but it's done actually more than you know. And there's a lot of pirates out there with their own little album presses, and they
Is that who does all the bootleg vinyls and shit like that, or
sorry?
Oh no, they send those
vinyls and shit.
They send those to real pressing plants, but you can go to like pressing plants where it's pressing plants. The wrong term. It's called lathe cut, because a lathe is basically just it's a machine shop tool. So basically, it's a needle and it goes into a piece of vinyl, and the vibrations cut the record. And that's what you get. You don't get them turning it into a mold. You get the broken, squiffy master version that nobody ever listens to. So, anyway, news check today. I got a couple. The first one is friend of the show, Whitesnake and David Coverdale.
Oh, yes.
Have started a Whitesnake Experience project in Europe.
Huh.
So, if you've never seen Whitesnake and you see this, you still haven't. Because Whitesnake is David Coverdale and the kids from the neighborhood. Whatever those kids may be. It's a rotating cast of characters. That's all I mean by kids from the neighborhood.
So is David actually singing or no? I'm confused by your whole delivery.
He's not a part of it. It's called the Whitesnake Experience.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, that's just...
that's not news or newsworthy, but thanks.
I can't handle that. Please retract this piece of news.
It is newsworthy because
Please retract.
the reason what makes it newsworthy is we're seeing more and more of this. Kiss's avatars, Ronnie James Dio's hologram, the Ronnie James Dio band featuring Vivian Campbell. I forget. Last in Line.
For the record, I love the Dio hologram. And I got to meet Craig Goldie and hug Wendy Dio.
Dude, so did I.
Look at her mams in person. So you know what? I don't care. I love the Dio hologram.
Fucking Craig
Goldie. If it was better technology, it would have been awesome. The Kiss avatars will be worse than the Dio hologram. I guarantee it.
Of course they will. Of course they will.
I thought the Dio thing was really cool, but to me, it's surprisingly what I thought was just as good.
I don't want people to do this. It doesn't matter whom.
It was the band, like with all. It was like Ripper and Ani Logan, like those guys. Fucking, that was a highlight to me, to be totally honest. But the Dio thing was fucking great. I thought it was fun. The audience loved it. You know, I didn't see any.
I am just abjectly opposed to it. Other thing, Collective Soul has announced that they have a documentary coming.
Nice.
So
that's my new Soul fan, as you know.
You are, Nick. You are.
I saw them at Union Station for free, and I also saw Brother Kane. Does anybody remember Brother Kane?
Dude, got no shame.
Dude, I love fucking Brother Kane. Damon Johnson.
And I don't mean this in a mean way, but they were the Wish.com version of Collective Soul.
No, they were the Wish.com version of the Black Crowes, and actually
they were the Wish.com version of the Black Crowes.
If they were smart, because Damon Johnson has also played with Cooper, if the Black Crowes were smart, they would have got Damon Johnson in the fucking band.
That's who
I've interviewed him too. He's great.
He's a super nice guy.
Everybody should get him. He's great.
Okay, you got any news, Don?
Yeah, it was news about the new Marissa Adler album just dropped. Super excited. It's
Nadler.
Nadler.
Oh, you said Adler. Nadler. You say Nadler. I say Nadler. I thought you said Adler, like Chris Adler.
Chris Nadler.
I say Nadler, but again, I'm Jewish. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? And she's never corrected me, but I'm gonna ask her for you, and I'll set the record straight. But anyway, so she's got a new album coming out. I am not gonna lie, I've heard some of it already, and it's absolutely fucking fantastic. She has never made an album that is bad. This one is a little edgier than the last ones, closer to the last one that she did, but this one's kind of cutting through a little harder. So I'm super excited about that. It's called New Radiations, and I think it's hitting on, let me see, I don't even know that they released an actual date. Yeah, August 15th on Sacred Bones. So that's coming out. And then the original Alice Cooper band actually released another single, which is fucking great. I am loving this. Like, I mean, it's 4 out of 5 of the original members. And the only reason it's not 5 is because one of them passed away, sadly. But they are fucking crushing it. And the rumor is that there will be a tour. It would be a very small tour, but that Ryan Roxy will be the second guitar player to fill in, which makes sense because he's been with Cooper for 20 something years now. But I'm excited about this album. I think it's going to be good. I don't know. Those are my 2 big pieces.
Big Reese's Pieces.
Let me get a 2-piece and a biscuit.
Like pieces of ass.
Okay.
Best we had was sheep and goat's milk.
What do you call this? Egg a movie muffin? Dogma this week.
His bedwetter was fish and goat's milk. You know what the dead do with most of their time? Watch the living.
There's nothing funnier than the faces you all make, you humans make mid-coitus.
Sex is a joke up in heaven. From what I understand, it's mostly a joke down here.
Too. Oh, fucking Rickman.
I heard
in theaters today.
Speaking of Dogma, I heard a great quote by Kevin Smith today about George Carlin. George Carlin wanted to be an actor more than anything. And so that's why he kept casting George Carlin. And so he's like, Kevin, I need to ask you a question. So my character in Jay and Silent Bob, does he believe in the unwritten book of the road? Or is he just messing with these guys? Because I need to know to get into the character. And he's like, well, George, you've already put way more thought into this script than I have. Being as your character goes down on the trucker, I'm going to say he believes in it. And go with that.
Amazing.
R.I.P. George Carlin.
Yo, fair enough. So I have just a couple of bits of news. We didn't get to discuss this, but I went to BottleRock Napa, and it was awesome. I saw Emperor last month. It was awesome. I'm skipping Ministry this week. I still might get to see Metallica in the Bay Area in a couple of weeks. Unsure yet. But speaking of Metallica, today is the 29th anniversary of former podcast subject Load. The deluxe reload comes out in a week and a half. I'm not going to buy it for $300 and whatever dollars. I don't need it that bad, but I might do a review of it for Ghost Cult. And Metallica's tour for 2026 already went on sale, so we will get year 3 of M72. Or year 4. I'm not sure which one. Year 4.
It's year 4 because it was 23. It was 24, 25, 20. Yeah. No, year 3. Year 3.
24, 25 next year.
No. Oh, we did. Yeah, you're right. I apologize. You're right. It was 23. 23, 24, 25, 26. Yeah. I wish they would just, go to the damn studio, but what
they might have gone to this. They could be doing records in their
Come on, like they have ever done that. Like they have ever dropped a record. Like they've ever dropped a record that nobody expected.
They just did. They just
like
did the last one.
And like it was so amazing and great.
I think it was so amazing and great.
It was amazing and great.
I don't give a fuck what people say. I
love that. No, I love that record.
A lot of people hate the Black Album. Black Album.
I hate the Black Album.
Bad. The Black Album, also more Metallica news. You can hate the Black Album. You can also go fuck off. The Black Album is now 20 times platinum.
I thought it was more than that.
With 2 songs in the billion club.
20 times platinum in the States, 30. But it's over 30 worldwide.
It's over 30 worldwide, but 20 times platinum. They still sell 6,000 records a week of the Black Album. Physical records, not spins. Physical.
Okay, how many times have you bought it?
I have at least 3 Black Albums. I have the
tape,
I have the long box CD, and I have a vinyl.
How many times have you bought the Black Album?
I bought the Black Album twice. I had it on cassette. I had it on long box, but I'm actually going to get it on vinyl now because I want it.
I have purchased it at least twice. I bought it on CD and I have it on Walmart vinyl.
I have the Walmart vinyl.
So let me ask you guys this about the Black Album. I found out that when it came out, I wasn't super stoked about it, but I liked it. But the older I've gotten, and I don't know if it's because I've heard more later Metallica that I'm like, okay, I don't love this stuff, but the Black Album just seems to sound better and better the older I get. And production wise, that album is bang for your buck. It sounds fucking massive.
Like, Nick, you can disagree with Don, but you shouldn't be like commenting no along with his opinion. That sucks, bro.
I'm sorry. I thought he was asking.
He was giving his opinion about the record, and you're like, no.
He's like, I don't know about you guys. Do you think?
Better. Treat your friend better.
Nick, here, have some. Oh no!
Cocaine would improve this podcast.
I don't
Probably
have any.
Survive bumping lines.
I don't have any hand trucks to run, so I'm good. I don't need any hand truck fuel.
Anyway, be nice to your co-host, man. We'll be nice to you if you're nice to him. And that's all the news I have. Metallica, everything. And maybe I'll get to go see them, and we'll have to do a review of my seeing them again.
Serious question. What do you think the likelihood of their having an album in the can or close to the can is right now?
50-50. I'd say they probably have started it. Because Kirk started talking about working on things. What do you say, Don?
I'm thinking of 26. I'm thinking of 26 release, probably midway through, maybe a summer release. But I know that they work heavily on the road, and I know they even have a mobile studio that
They
pretty
do.
much tours. Yeah, they have a mobile studio that they tour with.
I guess that's good to sell a billion copies of everything you've ever done.
Oh, totally. Have you ever seen Steve Vai's tour bus? How it's got it's got a whole studio in the back lounge, like mixing console, everything.
With Steven was mixing. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
like I mean, it's not huge. I mean, like it's a desktop mix, but he's
You
got
mean they
like
don't?
he's got like my setup in the back of a bus,
So what
which
you're
is
saying is they don't
insane.
have like a 60 band mixer in the back of his bus?
No, I have a feeling the only mixers going on in there is like Jack and Coke, probably.
I don't
Maybe
know. Steve Vai's kind of old and healthy. I think his mixer might be more like wheatgrass and parabum or some
I
other
was
healthy
gonna
thing.
I was gonna say for Steve's all his attention to detail for his mobile stuff. Why is he not spending that time with the fan? One of you has to mute when I'm talking for whatever reason. There's a sound going on in the background. Don, when you're not talking, can you mute yourself? Apparently not, because I'm still not on camera. Okay, guys. Jesus Christ, and still not. All right, I guess we're having technical problems still. All right, whatever. I give up. Go ahead, Nick.
I don't remember what I was going to say, but you were totally on camera on my side. I saw the green band around your screen. So, shirt check this week. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Letterkenny. Yeah.
Oh. All right, we got the Harris Waltz shirt. I was just feeling kind of rebellious against the world today, like I am every day, and I had to sport my kids. Love them. All right.
What about yeah, do you feel anybody surprised that Elon jumping ship already and
Oh
Yes.
my
they're
Well,
God.
no,
hoping every single
because
hire they've made, the DUI hires they made are all shitting the bed.
well, of course they are.
That's so
My
awesome.
Trumpy friend, he's like, oh yeah, Trump's bad at hiring people. Well, it's a good thing he doesn't have to hire anybody as president of the United States. Fucking morons.
I wonder how many times Hegseth has been they're calling the whole thing with the chats. Have y'all heard about what they're calling it? They're calling it whiskey leaks.
I think he drinks more than I do. Like a lot more than I do. And that's concerning because I wake up with regret some days. Anyway, moving on. This week we are talking about Heart's fourth record.
I didn't get to
Unlike,
do my shirt check because
oh,
Nick
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
care. Nick doesn't love me, and I'm still not. Are you seeing me or not? I can't
I
tell.
see you. Go, go, go. Shirt check.
I
Yeah,
have
you've got the green band around you
Boys
when
in the
you
Hood.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I know it's just not showing up for me because again, I just had a major computer crash and my shit is not well. But anyway, Boys in the Hood are always hard. Go ahead.
I love that shirt.
Are you talking that trash? Because they'll pull your car. Ain't know nothing in life but to be legit. Don't quote me, boy. I ain't said shit. Alrighty, so this week we are discussing Heart, Dog, and Butterfly. Yes, I have this on vinyl. This is the top, but it goes like this. Na, 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 na. Look at those sassy people. There's a lot more people in Heart now than there was last week. Why are there 6 of them?
They have 2 guitar players, a keyboardist, a drummer.
I don't need 6
vocalist.
hearts. Just the 1 heart. Just the 4 hearts. And then just, normal record. I don't know what, I don't remember what pressing this is. I got this a long time ago, and I had never actually spun it until this week for this series. Picked it up at a antique mall, probably about $5. And finally done it. As you can see, they are leaning into a new direction on this one. This is this would definitely grace the cover of Vaguely Asian magazine or White People that are too white. So go ahead, guys.
You
Why
just
did they
reminded me of that website, Stuff White People Like. Do you guys remember that from
Yeah, I am stuff white people like. That is my
So
life.
my favorite one always was stuff white people like is being the only white people in an ethnic restaurant.
Yeah, I love that. That is like that's when you
Amazing.
know you're gonna get the good curry.
I love that you said that there was kind of like an Asian influence to this because it totally is. And they're like,
It's
I don't know what the point was.
yeah,
Maybe it
it
was to
does
try to
it
distance
doesn't
from them being on covers.
they go oops, my cat fell.
Sure you did. Why did they fuck up their logo? Like, that's a real good question. That logo is trash. Like, I
How
don't
many bands
understand.
have we talked about where they
cover's
never
trash.
really got a good branding on their logo
No,
though?
Heart had it right the very first. Heart with the heart in the words, like it makes perfect sense. This is a piece of shit. I don't know what this is.
Which
Just
didn't they
so
end up using that as their main logo anyway?
For a
Like it
long
ended up
time.
like being their backdrop and everything.
and if you are on YouTube, you can see it again now. The way I'm looking at it, because it's backwards, it looks like it actually says trash.
No one noticed that.
I did.
Oh
I
well,
apologize for the noise. My cat fell off of my knee into the recycling bag.
that's pretty funny. I mean, that's worth a photo.
It's dark and it's over now, but that's legitimately what happened. So let's
He
talk about
has so
19.
many cats, he's throwing them away.
Gigi fell. He fell.
Okay. He fell.
So let's discuss 1978, shall we? 1978 is a transitive era in music. We are losing some giants. Kiss is on the way out. Aerosmith is on the way out. Led Zeppelin's on the way out. Pink Floyd's about to reach their nadir.
You could say that Pink Floyd is actually about to peak. Like maybe
That's
actually,
yeah,
like
the nadir is that
yet to
is
come out. No, the
is
nadir is after the peak. It's the death.
oh, is it after the peak?
The death is nadir, my friend. I know what you meant though. Go ahead.
Okay.
The nadir.
About,
Let's say the nadir for Pink Floyd is the final cut. Like, let's be real.
yeah, that is yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was confused. That's why I was like, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
that makes sense.
I used the wrong word. I'm allowed to use the wrong word sometimes. My God, why are we still talking about this? You guys just haven't stopped. Why haven't you stopped? Why am I still going on about this? Anyway, so
Shut up, Nick.
thank you. We are at the precipice of new heroes. So as I've mentioned, Kiss, Zeppelin, Aerosmith, Pink Floyd are all kind of dying, or at least about to go into the ground for some hibernation for a little while. But who's taking their place? Not Aerosmith, sorry. Van Halen is dropping Van Halen 2 this year. Styx is riding high on Grand Illusion, and they're about to become a bazillion goddamn platinum record. Kenny Loggins is a thing now. Bruce Kulick's about to drop his first record with Michael Bolton. One of those guys becomes a star in 10 years. It's not Bruce Kulick. And Heart is reaching, if you don't mind me speaking out of turn, Heart is about to fall off the cliff. We have one more 70s Heart record after this one, and then they be completely change who they are. The world is changing, music is changing, the era of the 70s rocker is kind of over. We are quickly walking up onto the 70s version of the 90s killing the 80s. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Yeah, it's amazing that was such it's a transition period, like you said, going from the 70s going into the 80s. Now we're talking about what somewhat of the end of disco, or very close to it.
Disco's peaking at this point. The bumps are bumping, and Studio 55 is as loud it's as loud and as crowded as it's gonna be.
When did anyway, so yeah. But we're also going into like AOR radio and everything.
What did we say? Did I say 55?
You said 55.
And I hate saying Hagar, bro.
Yeah.
Hate him.
I hate Sammy Hagar
The
solo
only
too.
reference to the numbers 55, there's two. Sammy Hagar and the Minutemen double nickels on the dime. Okay?
That's a good record.
It's a very good record. We
That
should
is
really
a-
do a Minutemen
I
series.
haven't heard that
We
one
should do a Minutemen series.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should bust it out.
I was talking
yeah.
about the Minutemen to a buddy of mine because of the Mike Watt tour I saw where I saw the Foo Fighters in a tiny club before anybody had ever heard of them.
I saw that too. Tugboat, Ball Hog or Tugboat.
Ball
right?
Hog or Tugboat. God, that's a good record. I want that on vinyl so bad.
I don't think it
Did they
exists, does it?
It
was gonna say,
exists.
did
It's
they release it?
$55 out of Germany.
Oh, that sucks.
That sucks.
The Germany part's the suck part.
I'm gonna say this. I do agree that there's a changing of the guard. Do you? Because we've lightly touched on this, and we'll talk about it in a future Pink Floyd series. Probably 2 Pink Floyd series from now. Toward the end, that Clapton, Floyd, a lot of bands started to take influence, and they could have looked at punk or disco, and they kind of took influence from disco when they should have stayed punk or went punk.
Mhm.
I know Roger talks a lot about feeling a kinship with the punk and then being heartbroken watching. I think it's Steve
Rotten.
Jones or
Yeah.
Sounds
Roger
rotten.
have an
Yeah.
anti-Pink Floyd shirt on, like Pink Floyd with the logo crossed out. And he was heartbroken because he felt like they were allies and they would like him if they talked to him. He was wrong because he's a fucking boomer. But yes, giant inflatable.
So is Johnny
kids.
Rotten though.
Yeah, he's a super boomer. But that's now he's a boomer. The last 4
He was a generational boomer then. Now he just grew into
I'm
it.
super excited to see the Sex Pistols without Johnny Rotten soon. I'm super pumped because I love Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes.
Is that going to be a full-on tour?
Full on tour. They just announced it. Every city, the
I
whole
would
country.
fucking see that.
Feels like we
Yes.
could have talked about that in the news segment.
Yeah, but it's like it's a few weeks old. And we missed a week with the Chaser. Thanks for listening to that, Chaser. But I do think like that. I think okay, Hart is making hit records somehow. I'm not sure why. I think Floyd still has in '78. Floyd is still rising because the wall.
They're on the In the Flesh tour right now.
Right. So the wall is coming. And Kiss has Dynasty for whatever it's worth, becomes a huge fucking hit. I don't love it, but it's huge.
It becomes a huge hit in other parts of the world, but in America the tour failed.
Yeah, Zeppelin is kind of sputtering a little, but they're still Zeppelin. So on any given day, they can fuck up every other band in the world. And I do love Presence more than you can know. And
More than I do, that is for
and
sure.
Into the Outdoor, actually. Both of those records are great. But
In Through
yeah,
the
there is
Outdoors, my favorite Zeppelin cover.
yo, that cover's beautiful.
That
Because there are
Cover's
there are
incredible.
5 versions of it. It's just
Right.
amazing.
And if you bought certain ones in the first pressing, they had like the color wipe. You could wipe it with a wet
Oh,
cloth.
I didn't know
and it
that.
would change the black that like tear out of the. So it's like a black and white photo, and there's like a swipe, and it's
God,
color
Led Zeppelin
coming
was so
No
smart.
shit. Are you
through. Hypnosis,
God,
hypnosis,
I want-
over and over, hypnosis.
I wonder how much those are running.
I
Definitely
don't
not
know.
97 cents.
No. I
Not
think
those
the only
ones.
Led Zeppelin record you can get for 97 cents. Gravy.
Wait,
Where
Nick,
what
somebody's here to see you.
is
I
that?
heard you love my album, The Return of the Vampire. You need to be talking about The Return of the Vampire, but I'll be back.
Tell you what, my name's Don. I'm from the City. I love that Turn the Vampire. That vampire. I'll tell you what, buddy.
But you know what you guys aren't doing? You obviously aren't rocking with Dawkins. I can tell you that right now. Y'all need to be covering up Beast from the East live. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah.
That is not what he sounds like, and he's also
I
not
know.
that skinny.
When I don't know what somebody's voice sounds like, that's by default. I have no idea what it is.
I made
So-
you Boomhauer.
So I don't know how much longer this is going to hold up. So let's skip the albums of '78, which we've done 2 or 3 times already. And Nick, please lead us through the track by track, and let's just
All
get
right.
on with it quickly.
We're going to start off with Cook with Fire. Do you want to hear the best song on the record? Here it is. Done.
That is the best song on the record. The faux live thing kind of threw me. I thought that was kind of weird, but not the first time it's been done. But I thought it kicked ass with a bang. I liked it.
Is this 1978, like 2 years after Kiss Alive, and a year after Alive 2, and Frampton Comes Alive, and everybody
3
comes
after
alive.
Alive just.
Everybody comes alive. So yeah, this was a common practice in Bob Seger, Like before you had a live album, you had an album with like a let's see how it goes with a little bit of crowd noise.
The second Jefferson Airplane record did that.
They did.
I'm sorry, Big Brother and the Holding Company.
Oh, that also, yes. Yeah, Nick said it all. Best song on the record. Don't need the rest of the record now.
If you wanted to hear some classic kick-ass Heart, here it is. If you want to hear classic kick-ass Heart, I'm sorry, here's the next song.
It's also classic kick-ass Led Zeppelin 2.
That's the same sentence.
Yes.
I mean, pardon. I one of the things I did not really realize about Heart is how much they love Led Zeppelin. Like, I thought I loved Led Zeppelin. They love Led Zeppelin in a way that Aerosmith can't even do. Like, Steven Tyler's like, damn, girls, calm down. But then I saw that photo of Robert Plant today, and I don't think anybody can calm down around Robert.
Seriously, dude, Robert Plant made me come.
He's got a body.
Picture.
To quote the cat from Red Dwarf, he's got a body that makes men wet. Not anymore, but I mean, 1972.
That is not a lie.
I noticed today I was not following Robert Plant on streaming services because I actually have Robert Plant and Zeppelin albums. But go on. Song 2.
Song 2, High Time. You know what? Light up, everybody. It's a celebration. I mean, does everybody have to have a really thinly veiled Light Up a Doobie song in 1978? Everybody not named Kiss? Although Ace Frehley in 1978 puts out Ozone.
Ozone.
I'm the kind of guy that likes getting high. I mean, he thought real hard about those lyrics. Don.
Absolutely. You know, High Time, I mean, the only thing I can say is I've heard this Heart song already 3 times, if not 4.
I've heard it 3 times, but good.
Yikes.
I mean, it's marginal. I mean, it's not insulting, but it's very forgettable.
This is Heart on cocaine after having 3 hit records in a row.
Did somebody say cocaine? Where's my powder? I just have the straw in my nose. That's my notes for High Time.
I hate that you do that, but I love you for it.
I'm the opposite.
You love me for it, but you hate that I do it? You hate...
I hate looking at Roy Thomas Baker's face. But I do love the...
That's the part I like.
Oh, really?
You know what? It's like he said, not even death can kill him.
Tell him Large Marge sent you. That's Roy Thomas Baker. I did watch that Pee-wee Herman documentary. If you want,
it was a sound like 40 garbage trucks falling off the Empire State Building, and when they pulled the driver out of the dead, twisted wreckage, it looked something like this. True story. I had nightmares from that scene for about 5 years.
I still have nightmares from Children of the Corn. I had to tell that to Cordy Gaines.
Okay, but that's actually scary.
It is actually scary.
Continuing, we will keep going with our hijinks. If you've ever heard a Heart song, you've heard this one, and you don't need me to tell you about it. Don.
It's like Heart doing Not So Great Heart.
This is Heart doing Volume 4. The cocaine is there.
Sabbath Volume 4? No.
Yes. Lots of cocaine. Lots of retreads. No new ground.
Yeah, okay. I
said
but
what I
Volume
said.
4 fucking rules. And this
No, it does not.
Dude, Volume 4 is like overrated.
Completely. It's completely. It's got.
All you need is the first 6 Black Sabbath albums.
Dude, Masters of Reality and go home.
I'm sorry. Wait. Dio wasn't number 2.
I don't need Dio.
How do you not need Dio?
I don't.
The
Most
world.
fans only cared about Dio after he died. I'm not that person, but most people did not.
Am I that
Oh my
person?
Support
God.
Black. You aren't.
You
Don
know
isn't.
I am not. I
I'm
am.
I know
definitely
that.
not
Listen,
that
Dio is
person.
incredible. He's a much better singer than Ozzy, but the music that's forever is the Ozzy Black Sabbath and the stuff.
Have you not heard Sign of the Southern fucking Cross?
You calm down.
Children of the
You didn't
Sea.
even like it when we did it. You didn't like it. Come on.
We didn't do it.
You checked it and we talked about it, and you didn't like it. Come on.
I didn't like what?
Ooh.
You stop overblowing records. You want to love
Girls.
Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules. Those things fucking.
I will
The rest of
never
his
stop
records are
blowing
meh.
those two records.
They're so.
And I will
meh.
never stop getting a money shot from those records on my face.
Can we stick to the lecture at hand?
albums
I
are
don't
so
know how
good.
much longer this stuff's gonna hold up.
I'm sorry, I don't want to talk about
See,
this
cups
record.
and strings. Well, we have to. You pick the series.
I'm
Let's go.
sorry, I regret.
And you pick
I'm
the next
sorry.
series. So guess who's picking the series after that? Not you.
Don? Is it Don?
Maybe Don. Go ahead.
Well, all I can say is that those albums are so good that Beast from the East cucks them.
Oh, stop it with you.
Jesus Christ, with that
I'm
fucking.
bringing up that awful band too.
They are awful.
They have about 5 minutes of fame out of 50.
I liked them when Reb Beach was in the band that day I saw them.
Whatever.
The whole
man.
rest
Hey.
of the shit, I don't care.
Hey, y'all need to just like chill I'm right here, okay?
I met him. He was really nice in person.
He's a nice fucking dude, though. I
Very
actually
nice. He
meet
can't
him.
sing. He
Yeah.
never could, actually. He might
No.
be worse.
You know who
than
else is nice? The backup goalie for every hockey team.
That's also true.
But you know what the backup goalie's not doing? Playing hockey.
Playing hockey. Even I
Well,
knew that.
I mean, a little bit of hockey.
A little bit of hockey, yeah.
Can't play every game. No goalie can play every single game. You'd die from exhaustion.
Glenn Hall did.
Yeah, but like, no,
510 in a row.
it's a lot. It's an awful lot.
And did you know he's not dead?
I did not know. I expect every hockey player to be dead of a certain.
Either he really is dead and this is the Matrix and none of this is real, or he's not dead and this is reality.
Have you ever been to Boston?
No.
Oh, you should. They have a Ray Bork statue.
Oh, fuck Ray Bork. Why
Oh,
Ray
maybe
Bork?
it's the other guy.
You mean Bobby Orr?
Oh, Bobby Orr. Sorry.
Fuck Bobby Orr.
Ray Bork.
I got Bobby Orr's house.
I don't
There's
know
a
if
bunch of monkeys in there. If anybody,
Next song, if you have nothing to add, this song sucks. Next.
yeah,
Will you
straight
guys
on.
Will you guys start watching BattleBots so we can talk
No.
about that too? Because
You start watching hockey. The Stanley Cup Finals are going on right now.
Okay, maybe I'll.
No one
try.
cares because it's two teams.
Oh, I'm
in the
sorry. Were
state
we
no one
talking
cares
about this song? Nothing.
Straight on or hijinks? What are you talking about?
Hijinks.
We're talking about straight on now. Disco Heart? No, now we're doing straight on, and I'm just going to straight on to nothing. Done.
Yeah, straight on was Disco Heart. That's what I was thinking.
A little bit. Straight on is actually a notch better than the last two songs, but not by much. Like if those are a 5, straight on is a 6.
Yeah, we have a side of Heart where the first track is really, really good, not like Barracuda or Magic Man good.
A rung down for sure, at least.
I mean, those are A pluses. I mean, you know, Hank Aaron got 755 home runs, but 3,500 hits. I mean, they can't all be home runs. That's fine. But everything else after this these are Heart songs too.
Also,
these are also Heart songs.
Comma. See, also, meh.
Yeah, basically. Shall we flip the record? Side 1 is called Dog, by the way. When I got home, I'm like running home today, and I'm like, hey, kid, do me a favor. She's like, what? Put Heart, Dog, and Butterfly on the turntable. She's like, what the hell is that? Did you say Heart Dog? Did you say Hot Dog Butterfly? Because sometimes when I say, you want to go Heart Dogs? She's like, what are you talking about? Is that a song? Yeah. Heart, Dog, and Butterfly. Hot Dog Butterfly? No. Heart, Dog, and Butterfly. What is that?
He's
It's an
inherited your
album.
sense of humor. I'm concerned.
I know.
That's gonna be the name of our Heart tribute band.
What,
Dogs.
Heart, Dog, Butterfly?
Heart Dogs.
Heart
Dog.
Dog.
Heart Dog.
Dog,
Butterfly.
Butterfly. So she looks at me and she goes, is side Dog or side Butterfly side 1?
Heart Spark $?
I did not know that that's how it split up like that, though.
Yeah, it's Dog and Butterfly.
All right, what about the song, Nick?
Oh, you don't have this on vinyl? You don't need it. Dog and
I
Butterfly.
don't
It's this is the second best song on the record. And it's a song that is on this album. It's track 1, side 2. It's got grooves. and Ann sings and Nancy plays a solo.
To me, this was the pot of gold at the end of like a very rocky, bumpy rainbow. Because to me, this song was like, should have been an album closer. I would have been very happy. I would have felt like it was all worth it. But this is also coming from the resident folk guy.
Not enough good songs to make this the album closer. That's
why I was just gonna, yeah. I mean, to be totally honest, I listened to this one and was reminded how much I loved it, and I actually forgot what the other three sound like. I'm listening to them in my headphones as we talk.
I listened to this today whilst making nachos.
What?
Nachos.
I don't know what that is.
Nachos.
Why don't you speak
nachos? Because I don't do
There's
that.
There's enough people disrespecting Latin heritage people in this country right now. Can you please act appropriately? I don't want you to act appropriately any other time, just when using... You speak Spanish pretty well. Can you please...
Esta tarde, cuando estaba cocinando los nachos.
Yeah, but now you're bragging, and that's dumb, because you purposefully mispronounced.
I purposely mispronounce everything.
That's a weird flex, bro.
It's a very strange flex, Nick.
The mispronunciation thing? Like, I have a dream, right? I have a dream that I'm going to be in Schnucks. Or Shop and Say, or Aldi. And I say to the child, I need some jalapenos. And some liberal boomer Karen goes,
me.
Actually, it's jalapenos.
Yeah.
At which point I am then going to shoot out a tirade of me speaking in Mexican Spanish.
The whiteification of America does not need to be aided by the three of us in any way, shape, or form, okay?
Yes. All righty. When I was making nachos.
Mayonnaise is spicy. Don's joke.
Mayonnaise is not... Fuck mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is spicy.
Nick's blackness will not permit him to eat mayonnaise.
Anyway. I had mayonnaise on Saturday, and I had to grin and bear it. I'm at the Burger King, and I want a spicy chicken junior. I want a pair of spicy chicken juniors.
I mean, you could have had it your way at Burger King.
So hear me out. You got to hear the fucking story.
Jesus Christ, Nick.
Superstar. So I say, is there mayonnaise in the spicy sauce? And she says, no, it's a spicy glaze.
Come.
It's a it's tree sap.
They came right on your bun the minute you started talking shit to them.
I didn't talk shit. It's tree sap wiped in a jalapeno. Spectacular. Whatever. So I open it up and I'm like, oh, they got mayonnaise on the outside of my bun. Wait a minute. Open it up. Why is there mayonnaise? We asked about mayonnaise. I mean, we asked about... Apparently there's two sauces, and one of them is mayonnaise, and they did not see fit to mention the mayonnaise after we had a conversation about mayonnaise.
The third secret sauce is cum. And Nick's tears.
Did you know?
Refer to as mayonnaise.
I learned today. Have you ever heard the phrase salad cream?
I have not. That sounds just very
That sounds absolutely horrible.
Wow, am I the only one that ever noticed? It's in Willy Wonka, for God's sake.
Oh, man.
And Monty Python.
Well, I don't. Salad cream. Try not to listen to Monty Python anymore.
What?
John Cleese is a cunt, so no.
Yeah, he didn't used to be.
He has been for a long time.
Yeah,
and has ruined it for me. My whole childhood ruined.
He does not ruin it for me.
Not your fault. Good for you.
Fuck that
guy. This album is more dog than Butterfly. This song is more dog than anything else. And not a cute dog you want to.
I'm sorry, I don't understand that correlation. Is Butterfly better than dog?
Well, the dog, aggressive, Butterfly, blah, 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 blah,
pretty and majestic
and soft and delicate
and dog
nature,
evil
and
will try to kill you.
Well, you're scared of dogs. That's not my experience. And Ozzy Osbourne, it seems lovely. And,
he wants to kill me and bite my nuts.
You've never seen him in person. How would you know?
I can see in his eye. I know. I see in his eyes. He wants to bite my dick off.
So.
Dude, he doesn't even hump. This is the only dog I've ever had that doesn't hump stuff.
Yeah,
he's just waiting.
Well,
he's just waiting.
All the horniness is done, and the dog has no libido.
I mean, I hump everything, so like, there's nothing left for the dog.
Look, have you ever seen? Did you ever watch True Blood? So, like, the redhead vampire meets the fairy girl. You smell like honey. That's what's going to happen when I show up to Ozzy Osbourne. He's going to, your nuts smell like honey, and he's going to try to bite him off.
Okay, continue. Side 2, song 2.
Vasectomy.
I already got a vasectomy. Lighter touch. Yeah, you tried less hard and got worse results. Don.
Yeah, actually, I was just gonna say this was like skating rink heart, and I do
Oh,
not
that's
this.
good. Because you know what? If you want to like walk up to your special lady from seventh grade, she's not a lady and you're not a man and nobody's really special because it's seventh grade.
And
This
she
is the
still
song for
turns
that.
you down, and then you
Yeah,
go
I
and
got.
sit on the
I
bench
I
by
tried like
yourself.
one time. I went up to a girl. I'm like, "Hey, do you want to skate?" She's like, "I'm eating," and I'm like, "Afterwards?" She's like, "No," and I'm like, "I am fucking hideous." Okay, moving on.
The vast majority of shootings in my neighborhood as a child was at the Skate Key skating rink. Look it up if
Really?
you will. Yeah.
Holy
No
shit,
place
son!
was
What
safe.
what is up with skating rinks? Because when I lived in New Orleans, like one of the creepiest places to be was a skating rink. There was always something fucking going down, some sort of violence.
Something bad.
And I'm like, it's a skating rink. Like,
A
what?
lot of sexual frustration, and in my case, also a lot of video game wrestling frustration because I could never win the first match. So nobody wanted to hold my hand, and I got pinned by a dude
Oh, that
like 5 to 6
I
times every
mean, that
week.
sounds like a recurring theme in your life, pinned by a
sounds like a
dude.
Friday
So
night.
lucky you ended up having a child.
What?
I have no thoughts on this song. How about you,
Okay,
Don?
moving on to Nada
I said,
1.
how about you, Don?
Oh, Don already did his.
Did he?
Yeah,
The skating
Oh,
rink.
skating
part,
rink.
huh?
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
The song sucks. Go
One of
ahead.
us is paying attention this time.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna make that
Pinned by a
flex.
dude, guy, sure.
I'm not gonna make that flex next week because it won't be me paying attention
Pinned by
next
a
week.
dude, and I say everything wrong. Go ahead. Which one is Nancy? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to put on my airs?
I don't.
I will put them on.
I'm done.
Look, I've got like two settings, man. I got like
I know.
casual Nick, and I've got professional Nick. Which
That's
one do
fair.
you want?
Just a little bit of both. Column A, column B. Can I get a little of both or
No, nope. Not not a martini.
Ugh. All right.
I
You're
farted.
right.
Did you hear it?
$1.
No.
Okay, so you can't hear when I fart.
Okay.
Not a one.
I smell it through the Zoom.
We can
I don't
fucking
need.
fart.
Again, this is dollar store heart. This is not Magic Man. It's Mana Dude. And
What the fuck was that?
instead of magic, it's Mana. Instead
Mana?
of man, it's Dude. It's
Okay.
Mana Dude. Instead of Barracuda, it's Gar. Instead of other good songs, it's not a good song. So you see what I'm doing?
I have nothing. Nada. I have not a one thing to say.
And
It's
if
terrible.
you have not a one thing to say, I have less than one thing to say. So it's
You know what? Keefy, I'm taking your words away from you. So you have spoken less than one word on this song. We're gonna finish off with Minstrel Wind. Mistral Wind, I don't know.
menstrual wind. What?
Menstrual. That's what I thought.
I really thought it was menstrual wind.
So did I.
And then
Harder progressive and feminist, but I don't think they were quite that forward thinking in 1978.
listen
I
to the
assume.
menstrual wind. Who's that?
Okay, L7. You're gonna pull it out and throw it
Bruce.
at the
What's
crowd.
his face? Bruce Hornsby in the range.
Yeah. Okay, L7. Pull it out, throw it at the crowd. Moving on, Andre. So I don't need this song either. You're trying too hard to be folk. You want so hard to be Led Zeppelin 3, but you're good at Led Zeppelin 2.
For the third album in a row, and they didn't. No one told them they should be doing more Zeppelin 2, which I think, yeah.
This was the closest. This was the closest to hitting Zeppelin, I thought, and it was like a total miss. Total miss.
No one told them it wasn't that good.
Yeah,
So
who's
and
the
you know
producer?
when you have the one album with Barracuda and nothing else is good, you can do that again. I don't think
Who's
they're
the-
shaking it here. I just think like this is the best they could do at this point.
I think
They
they're
didn't
on
have a direction.
cocaine.
I don't know. They seem too mellow for cocaine. Don't you think if they were on cocaine, it would have been all Zeppelin 2?
Okay,
I think they were-
Black
I think they were
Sabbath.
hitting. I
Did
think they
Black
were hitting, like,
Sabbath
the
not
hard
seem?
liquor.
Did Black Sabbath
Black
not
Sabbath's
seem mellow?
entire style was slow.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're saying
What's a
I see what you're saying.
fast Black Sabbath song? Hole in the Sky?
Paranoid.
Super
Paranoid.
Yeah, but that was a mistake and an
Symptom
accident
of the
anyway.
universe.
Yeah, those are mistakes.
That song on the first album was fast. That one song that didn't make the record.
Yeah, then that doesn't count. I don't know,
No,
man. Like this is a whimper, not a bad
It is a
song.
whimper, and you know, one of the things that we have learned, because like when we talk like Queen, let's go back to Queen, right?
Ugh,
The series.
most of it.
Why did we do that for 12 weeks?
Because I insisted. That's my fault.
It just kept going.
It would not. I wanted to get to Flash. I don't like to skip albums. I would have done BB Lestrange, because then there's a dip.
I'll do
Yeah,
BB
but, like,
Lestrange. I don't care.
You should just start the next series, but
I'm gonna start the next series then.
I would do 80s Heart, but you don't want to.
I know I don't know.
Oh my God, I
you
would
don't love
totally
Heart
do
enough to
80s
do
Heart.
80s.
In 2027. So
After we
I'm
do
not
the Gojira and Lamb of God series, sure.
no, fuck you.
After the Tool series.
Oh my God.
Yep.
What about my series?
Stick some anal beads up your ass and play chess.
It's gonna be no Don Dokken series. I like listening
come
to
on,
good
man.
singers like Tool,
The,
not Don Dokken.
Don Dokken.
I'd rather listen to
solo
Don
album is
Dokken
fucking
than
great.
Tool.
That's
Like that is
insane.
not even remotely a
It's
question.
so insane.
No.
Yeah.
Final thoughts on
just
this record before the shit craps out again.
Okay, so let's start off with I wanted to talk about the set list.
Why? We didn't. Final thoughts on the record first, though. No.
Oh, final thoughts on the record. Yeah, this is a lot like a lot of the Queen records where there's some amazing quality, and other songs too. And
There's
you know,
1.5 good songs. I could see it being 2.5 if you really want to be
I
generous.
could see it being three-ish. Threesh. It's threesh. Threesh is a word, right? Or maybe it's threeve. But the issue is, we are still dealing in the 60s, 70s mindset of singles. Get the single, get the single, get the single, go on tour. And, you know, that's, I mean, how many times have we heard an artist say, well, the A&R man said, well, I don't hear a single. Well, they had the single right away, and they just didn't move on from that. Don?
Yeah, I just think that this is, unfortunately, for a lot of bands, this is kind of the thing, right? Is that your first album hits, your second album is not as good, but it does better as far as commercial success. But like, this is a lull. This is a big lull for me, and how they continue to, and actually now that I remember it, Keefy, Nick and I were talking about this yesterday, is that like in my mind, there were so many, like I was trying to figure out where all these heart songs were coming from, like these heart hits, because
80s.
on these last albums, there were like 5, maybe 6. So it makes me see that the 80s was a real pinnacle for them as far as hits.
They end
and
up firing the
recognizable
whole
songs.
band after the next record, by the way, except
Yeah.
Ann and Nancy. They redo
Wait,
the
did they
whole
fire Howard Leese too?
I thought so.
Because I know
He broke
brought
up
him-
with Nancy, so that he left the band because they broke up.
Okay, yeah, because then
I think.
he was back for those later era.
And he came back, and then they got
Never
rid of,
date never date anyone in your band.
Don't date
No,
anyone
that's
in
such
your
a
band.
bad choose. Bad.
I mean,
bad
it
choice.
worked for Royal Thunder because they got divorced, but they're like, well, still, we're gonna stay. But that's it.
I don't know that it worked for them. They're back with a new drummer, but it's like
Wait, is the drummer?
Evan left again.
Okay, he was in.
He's in Moon Destroys.
Oh, is that who he's with now? Okay, because he was
Yeah.
with Brother Hawk.
He was with Brother Hawk also, and he might still be. I mean, they don't do it a lot, right? They're not touring extensively.
No, they're not. They're not full time.
And Torch reunited. I didn't talk about that. I'll talk about that next week. But anyway, yeah, this thing's not great.
Mm-mm.
The last one wasn't great.
Mm-mm.
The next
Second
one's
one
okay.
wasn't great.
Next one's more of the same. Just a warning, BB Lestrange, if we ever do it or never do it. A couple of good songs. The rest of it's forgettable. That's how they closed. They started the 80s with that. And then they kind of suffered. They switched record labels again. And then they do the big, they get like Bruce Fairbairn produces them, and they start making these big races.
Is that Bruce on the way up?
Yeah, for sure. Before Aerosmith, before
Yeah. He also did Psycho Circus, which was
we don't talk about that.
not a great record.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad.
So here, real quick, here's the set list from New Year's Eve '78. Cook with Fire, High Time, Heartless, Devil Delight, Straight On, Magic Man, Love Alive, Mistral Wind, Dog and Butterfly, Silver Wheels, Crazy on You, Kick It Out, Barracuda, Encore, White Lightning and Wine, Let's Spend the Night Together, Stones, Rock and Roll, Led Zeppelin, and Without You, Badfinger.
They love that cover. There's a lot of Rolling Stones on this record on Dog and Butterfly. Like they're trying to Rolling Stones it. The Rolling Stones had already transcended that era. So it seems like they're about 7 to 10 years behind the times when they like were, and I get that you're clinging to your influences. There's nothing wrong with that. Ann's vocals on this record are outstanding. Nancy rips the guitar in a couple of places that are just fantastic. But it's just a lame record overall.
There's nothing offensively bad on this album. There's nothing on here that's just bad. It's just this comes in two flavors, good and forgettable. Good, and these are heart songs too. So
I feel like it's one of those albums that, like, if you bought it and then you put it on the record turntable and then you listened to it, it was over before you knew it, and then you were like, I don't know what did I just listen to? And you have to put it on again for it to register.
I've listened to this 3 times for this episode, and even after 3 times, including like one right before dinner, a lot of it is not. It's not sticky. There's no earworm quality to this record.
Look, even in the moment, I got 2 songs mixed up that I thought we were talking about.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much all their records. I kind of wish it was called, that last song was called Menstrual, and it would have been more entertaining.
So do I. That would have been amazing.
So I think starting with the next series, which Nick didn't announce during the news, but probably should announce, I think I'm going to start doing, like, at the very last episode of every series, I'm going to pull in the tier maker page and start doing, like, the tier lists. Because Nick and I have been kind of informally doing it. So just offhand, if you had to rank these 4 Heart records in best to worst order, not 10 to 1 or 4 to 1, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Nick, what do you rank these Heart records?
In order.
In order, 1, 2, 3, 4?
Actually, no, I take that back. It what's the first one called?
We said Magazine is technically 2, even though it came out.
Yeah, Magazine's 2. So I put Magazine 3 or Magazine 4, this one 3, and then the first one and then the third one.
That's probably right. How about you, Doug?
So I put Little Queen up top. That was my favorite of the 4.
Interesting.
So I liked Little Queen, and then it was Dreamboat Annie.
Dreamboat Annie, thank you. So Dreamboat Annie, Little Queen.
Well, for me, it was Little Queen, Dreamboat Annie, Dog and Butterfly, and then Magazine.
Okay. Yeah, we all have Magazine last. That's not their fault.
No, it's
I wonder if they had an even chance to finish Magazine. Or
we shouldn't have even done Magazine.
No, of course we should. Like, it's a record that has songs on it. They still play live. You can't not do it.
Okay, fair enough.
It does have that album cover though that had us talking for about 30 minutes. Sure.
I have the Nick same alignment. In the future, we'll be able to do this on screen, save it, download it, share it on social. I just have been lazy. I'm just getting. Hopefully this computer holds up. I don't know why this shit crashed.
Funny story about BB Lestrange. I thought I was missing that, so I bought it, only to discover it was Little Queen I was missing.
It's missing good songs.
So anyway. guess who in this house also has a copy of BB Lestrange now?
You.
The child.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I'm actually seeing Heart next week. Here is the current set list. Let me see what you think about this.
Why don't you wait until after you've seen them and talk about the set list?
Well,
Go ahead.
All right. BB Lestrange, Never, Magic Man, These Dreams, Little Queen, Straight On Let's Dance, Love Mistake, Crazy on You, Edward, Love Alive, You're the Voice, Chris Thompson, The Rain Song, Led Zeppelin, Alone, What About Love, Sand, Love Monger's cover, The Ocean, Led Zeppelin cover, and finished out with Barracuda.
The Ocean and Rain Song are my literally 1, 2. Rain Song's my favorite piece of music I've ever.
I would rather they do the Battle of Evermore because I've heard them do that, and it reduced me.
Probably tired of doing it.
It reduced me to tears.
I know, but they've done it a lot. Maybe they're tired of doing it.
It was incredible. I don't care
about that.
And it's going to halt the show, by the way, to do Battle of Evermore because it doesn't sound like anything else. At least The Ocean's a rocker, and the Rain Song is kind of, again, the folk grandiose thing they wish they wrote. So
Don, are you dizzy when you're stoned?
Huh?
Will you take me to the movies?
I'm so not following you right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't fuck with the stoner, dude.
Anything else?
Somebody will get it.
Anything else?
Uh,
Anything else
it's
about Heart? Next
the
series?
the best thing I could say is, like a lot of bands of the era, they have singles and then they have deep cuts, and the deep cuts are deep for a reason because they buried them with cement shoes on in New Jersey.
but aren't deep cuts usually in other cases some of the better songs?
No, that it doesn't mean that. No, it really
You don't
doesn't
think?
mean that. No, it doesn't mean that. What
What do
the
you mean
hell?
it doesn't mean that? Like,
It a deep cut does not necessarily mean it's better.
no, I mean, no, I'm not saying it means it's better. What I'm saying is that in a lot of cases, if you're fans of a band like us, some of the deep cuts on albums that other people aren't hearing are the ones that are the better songs, sometimes
For
better than
me,
the
yes, but that's
singles.
because I'm an odd duck that likes the weird shit.
And that's where I'm at with that. But the deep cuts
But
for
that's not
them
what this
is
is.
like throwaway.
Their deep cuts are the songs that aren't good enough to be singles.
No, they're not. Or they sound like three other singles that they put out.
Correct. Anything you want to say more on this, Keefy?
No.
Alrighty.
What's the next series, Don? Nick?
Next week, because I assume we're skipping the chase like I suggested, we are starting in with the Beastie Boys. We are going to go to Don's hometown of New York City.
Keefy's hometown of New York City.
My hometown of New York City.
My hometown. My hometown is New York City.
Everyone's hometown of New York City.
No, I am Spartacus.
We're all New York City.
That sounds awesome. Looking forward to the Beastie Boys.
We're going to start off. We're not starting off with Licensed to Ill. We are starting off with everything leading up to Licensed to Ill. There are 4 releases. Done.
It's like a potpourri episode.
Name all 4 releases before Licensed to Ill.
Okay, I can name 3 that I can think of. So I can think
4.
of Cookie Puss.
That's number 2.
I can think of She's on It.
That's number 4.
That's number 4. Hold on. I've got one more. No, I only got
Just answer, Nick. This is taking too long.
Cookie Puss.
Pollywog Stew.
Pollywog
Cookie
Stew.
Puss. Rock Hard, featuring Back in Black as their sample. And She's on It. So that's what we're doing next week with the Beastie Boys. Who's taking us home this week, gents?
Me.
That would be
Eventually, Don, you'll do it, but I'll do it. You have been listening to the Glacially Musical Podcast. I am your co-host, Keefy, with the co-host, Don. Your host is Nick Aloysius Cameron Esquire the Turd. And thanks for being here. You could spend your time anywhere else, but you spent it with us. So thanks so much. You can follow us on all the things. And as we say,
Blue Sky
especially, but Instagram also. Go check out Don's stuff at Talking the Talk with Don and Southeast of Heaven. Go check out ghostcultmag.com and all of my things. And as we say every week at this juncture of the show, it is the Glacially Musical Podcast. It does not play in Peoria, and Heart probably will play Peoria at least one more time in their career.
Really? You think?
I think at least one more, Don.
You think one more time?
I don't know. Peoria's kind of small for what.
Does anybody play in Peoria? I know Iron Maiden played in Fargo.
Does anybody really know what time?
Really? They played Fargo?
They played
on
Fargo.
the
Rock
World
City,
Slavery
son.
Tour.
On the which tour?
The No Slavery Tour. The World Slavery Tour.
Careful.
The
Bye.
world. Oh,